Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel. I hope you're doing very well. So today I'm here to do an almost full face of Primark makeup. I don't know what day this is going out, but a couple of days ago I went to Primark and I picked up some new makeup because it's been a while since I've used any new kind of makeup from Primark, because of course everything has been closed due to the lockdown and now everything is open. I went shopping and I picked up a couple of things. I did a video on the stuff I did purchase, which does feature the products that I'm using today, but this time I'm going to be putting them on my face. So I have, I think, 1, 2, 3 products that I don't have from Primark, but I'm substituting them obviously for something else that I'll show you guys, but I will walk you through everything that I did get from Primark that is new or that is older. So let's start off with the primer, and this is a new primer. So this is the Prep and Perfect Hydrating Gel Primer. So when I was picking this up, I was having a look around if there were any variations for this, you know, because when you look at primers, they're essentially are they good for sensitive skin? Are they good for dry skin? This literally just says hydrating, refreshing, priming gel. All the other ones that I saw that were different shades said the same thing. So I just picked this one up, and it's the first time I'm using it, so it will take a while for me to probably get used to it. But it's a clear gel that you can, I guess, can see, but in here it comes out a little bit pink. So I've got my face milk on already, so let's see how this looks. I might have put too much on my brush, but we'll just go for it. And there's not much of a smell to it, which is fine, because a lot of the time primers are either very heavily scented or they're just no scent at all. So this seems to be the latter, so that doesn't bother me, so that's pretty good. Yeah, I'm just smelling it again. I'm going with a little bit more because there were a bit of places that I did not get it, but this is just quite softening. I don't have any issues in any first impressions, to be honest. But it's so strange when I went to Primark, because I was expecting it to be heaving full of people, because it's, you know, like I said, everything's back open now, but I went on a weekday. So today that I went shopping and that I'm filming this is a Tuesday, and yesterday was bank holiday Monday, and I took today off work because I wanted some time to myself, and I was like, you know what, we're going to go to Westfield, we're going to do some shopping, and we're going to go to Primark and queue however long it might be. I didn't have to queue at all. I literally walked in and it was pretty much empty, and I went about 10:15 in the morning. So if you're planning on going, just make sure you go as early as possible. So the foundation I'm going in, I believe this is new, or it might be older, I'm not quite sure. So this is the Perfect Finish foundation in the shade Vanilla, and this cost £2.50. And previously I have tried the matte foundation, which I really liked. This one I highly recommend. This is the medium coverage matte foundation. This was in the shade Ivory, so I've decided to go for Vanilla because I feel like this might be the right shade for me. I could be completely wrong, but I was looking at this like it might be a dupe for the NYX one, which is one of my favourites. So getting this out, this is quite a thick foundation already. I've just taken a little bit because you never know how much you need, and I can always just, you know, get some more out. So I'm just using my sponge today, because my trusty sponge, and we're just going to go for it and see how it works. So sometimes my foundation can be really light and because I can't swatch them in store, or I'd rather not really swatch a lot of them. I can't seem to tell which one is my shade, but I thought, you know what, I can't go too wrong when it comes to a name like Vanilla. I hope not. So far this is coming out okay. It's not enough by any means. I do need some more because I mean I don't want to use too much foundation, because I don't want any to be left and I look cakey, because that's the last thing I want. Oh my god, this lid cannot even go on. But the fact that they cost £2.50, I mean, I know if it's bad, that's because it is £2.50, but I like to, you know, use different price points when it comes to any type of makeup. And the fact that Primark are known to be a very kind of cheap brand in itself, even with, especially with the clothes and even their makeup. So I don't think there's anything over in their makeup section that's probably that's costs at least more than £15 at least. I think some of their palettes might be over the £10 mark, but that's rare. I think some of them are massive palettes as well though, so if you're getting a tiny palette, they're going to cost £3. The one I got today was £3, so that's the kind of price point you're looking at. But quality wise, pretty decent. I mean, I've not had any bad experiences with Primark makeup ever, and I have purchased a few things in the past. So this foundation is looking okay. It's not like complete coverage at all. I think there's a lot of there's still a lot of kind of, not patchiness, but you can still see a lot of my red coming through. I'll add a little bit more. I mean, this does say medium to full, so it must mean that it is quite buildable, but again, I don't want to add too much in case I look absolutely horrible. But so far it hasn't changed any type of shade, in the sense of it hasn't oxidized. That's the word I was looking for. So this is looking all right. Let's go in with a concealer. I don't have a concealer by then, so I'm just using my Revolution Conceal and Define because it's one that I trust the most when it comes to just concealing everything. And because this hasn't done the best job with my red, I'm just going to add a bit everywhere and just blend it in. So I think that this vanilla shade is quite good for once. I don't look completely ghost-like. So, but I do have a new powder to test, so if you haven't seen my haul video, you should check out. I purchased some clothes as well, which is not rare anymore because I mean, I know I have way too many clothes. Even like us in this flat, I still have some of my clothes in boxes because I can't fit them everywhere. I just have a lot of t-shirts. I have a lot of band t-shirts, and yeah, I just got some foundation on my eye. But I only purchased a couple of like clothing items, which I obviously haven't tried yet because I need to wash them, but I will soon. So this is looking all right. It's not looking terrible. I mean, it probably might crease a bit later on, but we'll see. Let's go on to powder. So I do have a loose powder. This is in the shade Porcelain. So this is obviously a much lighter shade than what my foundation is, but that's fine because I don't want anything to go so crazy. And I took off the plastic covering beforehand and it's literally just tipped everywhere. So I'm going to be very, very careful. This reminds me of the Beauty Bakery powder. I don't know if you guys have tried that. It was one of my favourite powders ever. But I don't put too much. So I'm just tapping some of the excess because it is a lot that I put on my brush, but that's all right. I think this might be a mattifying, yeah, it's a mattifying finish. So that's good for me because I prefer to have a mattifying finish. And even though again these powders can get absolutely everywhere, I do like them a lot. I go through phases of preferring like in the pan or loose powder. So far this is looking all right, and it's worked quite well with my foundation too, so we'll see if it separates anytime soon. I'm hoping it doesn't. I don't have any more liquid products, so that'd be fine. And for blush, I don't have a blush from them. They did have one for £1 and I don't know why I didn't get it, but I'm just going to use my Wet n Wild what's it called, Pearlescent Pink, because I haven't used this in a while, and this is pretty much Primark prices anyway. This was not £1, but it was still quite cheap, so I thought let's just use this today because it's been a while since I used it, and it's a nice pinky glow. So let's go on to highlighter, and this is an older highlighter that I've had for a while, and this is the Diamond Bomb. They still had one like this in Primark, so I was like, you know what, there's no point me getting another highlighter because it looks exactly the same. So this was £3, and I'm pretty sure they're still £3, so they haven't changed the prices much, but I do really like this highlighter. It is very pigmented for £3 especially. It's not that like there's not any kind of your typical glitter in there, or it's not over the top with the kind of shimmerness, but yeah, whatever, the shimmer kind of look to it, but it is really nice. So for £3 you can't go wrong, really. Okay, yeah, again, this is one that I've tried so many times and I still really like it. So let's go on to the eyes now, and I'm using the You're My Jam palette that cost me £3. This one is very similar to the rose gold one that I purchased last time, but this is a purples palette, and this is more of a, I guess it's like kind of like a pastel color. Like, I mean, I don't know why I picked this one, because the color selection doesn't look like it's going to be as pigmented as I hoped, but it's Primark, so what can I say? They have the names on a separate bit of plastic, so I'm just going to hold it up and point. So I'm going to go in with the darker shade here, which is called Blueberry, and this doesn't have a mirror, so I'm using my mirror just below here. And I actually picked up another one of these brushes. I mentioned in my haul video that I had previously that I like talking about this type of brush because I have one already, and I just like the way that it's angled and the way that it kind of works with my eyelid, because it's, yeah, because of the angle, I feel like it gives me a really good definition for kind of the sharper edge, which is what I really like when I do eye looks. So it's perfect for this, and it cost £1, so this brush is pretty good. And whenever I've cleaned them, the bristles have not been affected at all, so I do like that. Okay, so far this is okay. I've had to dip in a few times because I feel like this is probably going to be, this is like the darkest shade in the pan, and yeah, it's not coming out as kind of as I wanted to, but that's okay. They did have a big selection of other shades as well, so they had one that was mint colour, so obviously like a lot of greens. They had some blues, but the problem was when you looked inside the actual pan itself, there were so many random shades. I don't know who was coming up with the concept of these palettes, but they weren't that amazing in all honesty. Yeah, the colour selections were quite random, especially with like this one. Like, okay, you can do some looks here, but these yellows are just a little bit, for me, out of place, and are not are not that great, but they could be really pigmented, so I could be completely wrong. But that first shade hasn't done a lot, and I'm quite annoyed, but that's fine, because the rose palette that I had last time was really good. It was really pigmented, and it's not even because I don't have an eye base on. I literally just, like, you shouldn't have to always use an eye base, but this is okay. Let's go in with I'm going to go in with this middle shade, which is called Flirt. I think I might use the same brush as well. It's kind of, it's a blue, but it's like a light purple, so a bit of a lilac shade. I'm just going to put it in the rest of the lid here. Don't even know if it can be seen. Don't even know if you can see it, honestly. It's this is not looking so good, but what was I expecting? Okay. They look nice in the pan, honestly, but yeah, this is not. Let's just get this over done with. Let's get these shades, and I'm going to go in with a shimmer as well. I'm going to use a different brush. I'm going to go in with, I might go in with this one in the corner, which is called Kisses. So I'm just using a flat brush, which is from Revolution, and I'm going to hope that it's quite a light purple actually. Tap off any excess, and we're just going to tap it in the corner. I mean, I can see it in my mirror, but on my eye, just a tad. It's a little bit better. I think when you pile it on, it does work a bit. Primark has done better. Okay. The base is still looking quite decent actually. I always have a bit of trouble around my top lip, but it's not looking that bad, which is quite surprising. So I've picked a nice foundation, I feel. Okay. Right, let's go maybe on my lower lash line just a little bit. I'm going to go back in with this one because I might just use that middle shade again, which was called Flirt. And I'm just going to use it ever so slightly at the bottom. Just make it a bit more interesting, I guess. Pastels are not really my shade. Like, I'm not really into pastels because, I don't know, I just feel like they're probably not as pigmented as I wish them to be. But a lot of people like pastels, and obviously there's nothing wrong with that at all. Just not for me. But yeah, this palette is not great. Let me swatch some of the shimmers. So this is called Icy. You can't really see that. Let's go in with Cloud, which is another light blue. That was here. Yeah, no, this, I mean, yeah, I'm gonna stop because why? Yeah, why not? I'm gonna go off camera and I'm gonna do my lips. So this is one of the older liquid lipsticks. This is the liquid matte in the shade Vintage, and this is a really, really nice one actually. This is one that I like to use quite a lot off camera, mostly because it's just a really nice pinky nude, but you'll see it when I come back. Okay, so I've just done the lips, and you know what, I'm looking at the eyeshadow just a little bit closer in my mirror, and it does look nice. I think because I'm not the biggest fan of pastel shades, that's probably why I'm not as happy with it. But for £3, I mean, if you want to spend £3 on an eyeshadow palette, use the ELF ones. Like, those ones are so much better, like the bite-sized eyeshadow palettes for £3. You don't get as many shades, but you do get better pigment. And this is just, it's okay. What do you expect? But anyway, I think my favourite thing might have been the foundation, and then the powder is quite nice. The primer is, I mean, it's difficult to know if a primer is completely working, because if my foundation is okay, then I guess the primer's okay. We'll use them under different circumstances. We'll use them with different products, and then we'll see how that works. But yeah, thank you so much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like and subscribe because I film and upload every time I get a chance to. Don't forget to follow me on my social media. And yeah, I will hopefully see you guys very soon. I hope you're well. Bye.